to your neighbor and say, let's have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
Amen. Alright, so it's Tuesday. It's really wonderful time to have our teams meeting after a month, right? And after Monday's blues, maybe yesterday, Monday's blues. But first of all, I want to thank Bernard again for giving me privilege to share today.
Yes.
And I always feel that it's important for us to meet every Tuesday night to really have some perspective, right?
Yes.
So the Bible says, come to me all you who are weary and heavy laden and I'll give you rest. I think just now we really had a good rest. Right? So many times I also understand that rest always comes by having the right perspective, right? So tonight, after praying and praying, I really, like just now I mentioned, I know that I have one task that is to impart faith. So really tonight we're just gonna have one Bible verse. Okay, so our main verse today, and some more extras. our main verse today is Hebrews 12 verse 2. If you could turn with me to Hebrews 12 verse 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're there, say yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Still waiting for
Yes.
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 Hebrews 12 verse 2 and the recently married guy. Read for us.
Good one, good one. Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God.
Amen. Alright, so Hebrews 12 verse 2 says, looking unto God, unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Alright, so all of us, or a lot of us, are leaders in this place, and we are attending teams meeting. So I believe that many of us have been serving God for a while, right? Maybe some of you are still members here, but the fact that your leader is inviting you to come means that he or she believes in you, and probably it's not going to be long before you become a leader yourself. Amen. Alright, okay, so now the problem with leadership or leaders, if I can be honest with you, okay, maybe it's not you, it's just I, me, myself, and I, right? Is that we have a problem of continuity, right? So I'm not talking about continuity in terms of this discipleship per se. Yes, we really want to hashtag make disciples at all costs, you know. But today, what I really want to talk about is the continuity in the sense that having the same zeal, the same strength to keep on carrying on, to keep on walking on, just like what Pastor Bob mentioned or shared last weekend. He said that we do not want to play with God, right? So we want to keep on walking because consecration and anointing goes hand in hand. Alright, that's why the Bible says that God is the author. If you it's too small, but it's fine. Author and just here, finisher, right? Of our faith. Alright, so from the beginning until the end, this is really the journey of our faith. Right? So, but of course, all of us always has this idea that our life, we want it like smooth, nice. You know, until the end. Very nice. And then I see Jesus one day, amen, that's it, right? But you know that life is not like this, right? Obviously. So, and really we want to walk from glory to glory, from strength to strength. But after you have been leaders for so long, maybe you start to see that, okay, sit down. That it is not that easy, right? Turn to your neighbor and say, not that easy. And maybe some of us, and I mean, I'm just being honest with you, maybe after a while you're serving and you just do everything CG in, CG out, service in, service out, just passing the motion. Not passing motion in the toilet, but everything is like just a motion passing by, right? So let's get back to God again tonight, right? God is the author and finisher of our faith. I am an author of my book. Just like to tell you, I am not defeated. If you do not have my book yet, at least get one. So tonight, because we are talking about after, you see, right?
Yeah.
So I believe many of us attended a language class before.
Yes.
Like not a specific language, but at least since all of us are like from Indonesia, also we have Indonesian language class and so on and so forth. So maybe in your junior high school or in your high school or in your elementary school, there will be time to perform drama. Or at least, your teacher will ask you to write a story. You're writing essay, right? So in every story, it always goes like this. 1, introduction. 2, beginning of problem. 3, you starting to remember introduction, beginning of problem, climax of the problem, the declining of the problem, and finally the end, right? This like that. That's what we learn, right? So this is in fact very biblical. The Bible says, if you could turn with me to Philippians 1 verse 6. This is a very common verse also. Yes, so I'll just read it for you. Philippians 1 verse 6. Being confident of this very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. So he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the end of until the day of Jesus Christ, right? So and I'm talking to leaders tonight. The God that has begun a good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. So there's a beginning, there's an end, there's a start of altering, there is finish at the end. Right? So same God who has called you will also complete your calling as well. Now the problem is perhaps we are so accustomed to Instagram. I mean, at least me lah, okay. So we live in the moments. Like people always post the moments of happiness. You want to like put the nice portrait moments that looks like a fairy tale, or perhaps maybe that's why the vision is kind of like skewed. Is biased, right? Thinking that it's only one introduction and the end, because those are the good parts. The problems part are in the middle, right? And come on, life is at the end is not a fairy tale. I mean, perhaps if you got married to a British family, maybe there's a fairy tale. Prince that, I do not know. But let's be real. Life is also not a bed of roses. Even roses has its thorns, right? So because of this short-sighted problem, we kind of like try to live in the moment. We don't have a vision of like a long run, of a longevity in mind. It could be that we are already in step 2 where problems coming, but we still live in the introduction phase where we always wait for God, give something good to me, I'm waiting for your blessings and so on. But maybe actually we're already at this number 2 where problems coming. Or number 3, climax already, but we still live in number 1. You see, that is why we have this contention in our lives, right? And the fact that you are here tonight actually is very good, because you means that you have already passed step number 1. It means some people, when the cell group leader asks them to be cell group leader, they wouldn't even come to the introduction and they just go away like that. But I'm glad that you have already counted the cost and choose to follow Jesus. Luke 14 verse 27 until 30. You don't have to open, but Luke 14 verse 27 until 30 says, and whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it, lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. But don't worry, God is the author and finisher of our faith. Right? And he started, he'll be faithful to complete it. Hence, it's very important to live with this perspective that life comes in seasons and journeys, right? I have heard before, or I read somewhere before, this lady came one day, came to Pastor Aris and asked Pastor, Pastor, should I continue my education? Should I do master's course? Or was she actually asking what, should I have a boyfriend or something like that? I cannot remember fully. But Pastor Aris' reply was simple, do you know what season you are in? Do you know what seasons you are in now? Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, it says, to everything there's a season and time and purpose under heaven. Alright, so living on this perspective that we live in season really gives us the perspective to and strength to really keep on moving on, keep on going on. And let's turn our Bible now to Ephesians 5 verse 15 until 17. Ephesians 5 verse 15 until 17.
Yep. Yes.
Yes. Someone to read. Erika.
Ephesians 5 verse 15 to 17. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is.
Amen. So we gotta understand what is the will of the Lord, and we really understand what time we are in now. So that is why when God is the author of faith, He will continue to write the days of our lives. When you write a story, you write word by word, word by word. Like a book, those words will form a sentence. Alright? It's very easy. This is no brainer, right? And the sentence will form a paragraph, and paragraph a chapter. One chapter ends, poof, and one season's ended, and another chapter continues. Continue walking, word by word, edit, word by word, edit, right? So maybe sometimes God is not so happy with how our lives turn out. That's why we need to do revision. Revision. Alright, many of you had already graduated. Alright, so we see how while writing our final project report, sometimes the professor will ask to do revision. Write again, this is not good, write again. So God, I just want to graduate, Prof. I just want to graduate. I'm speaking some burning desire in some of you tonight. But again, because we are His masterpiece, the Bible says in Ephesians 2 verse 10 in NLT version that, Ephesians 2 verse 10 in NLT, for we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things He planned for us long ago. So He will continue to write, and He will do all kinds of works He needs to do in our lives until we really become a masterpiece, right? Right? So God is really the author and finisher. The aim is like, until the end you really become a masterpiece. Better make sure. Right? So this is a very famous quote. Mother Teresa said, I am a little pencil in the hand of writing God, who is sending a love letter to the world. So it really gets me thinking and started to bring this to another dimension of authorship. Indeed, if our life is a book, if our life is a story, who will read it?
Wow.
Who are the readers? To where the books containing our story be sold or be heard. Right? Some books got it to the bestsellers list. Some books get a pretty good sales. But still, many books actually left untouched, not reaching the hands of people, and was just there, playing in the storage room, gathering dust, perhaps eaten by bookworms, and the pages started to turning yellow, and until the end, it's scheduled to be destroyed. Just today, I just checked online, like in Daily Mail, it says that in 1 year, 77 million books are turned into pulp again. Because this is just a huge number of books that are left untouched, unread. So I do not know about you, even as I was preparing the message, and even I was sharing this message tonight. I really felt that we do not want our lives to be like that. We want someone to really actually see God's glory in our lives, right? So we do not want our life to go into ways where no one reads your books, where no one sees your life, your story. Maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm a very shy person, I cannot go out like that, tell people and this and that, and suddenly like my story become evangelistic in that sense. But I am not telling you to go to the streets with a board hanging on your body and say, do you want to know my life story? You just go around on the streets. I'm not even asking all of you to be the bestsellers, authors, and all that, because in fact God has a special grace given to every one of us. That's in Ephesians 4 verse 7, right? So maybe some of us, for some of us, some stories are written to inspire students in their youth. Maybe for some of us, your story is written for people who felt suicidal or depressed, and maybe some of you, God has given you a special story to inspire the successful marketplace people, right? I mean, remember last team's meeting, Akas was mentioning how the Gospels are actually written according to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because each of them has a specific group of people with their backgrounds that they are actually writing to. And maybe many of you are thinking, I'm not really good at speaking. I don't think I can share to many people and be the best seller. But friends, let me tell you this, even if you just spend your whole life just to share your life story with that one person that God has called you to share with, it is already very precious to God. Because even if there's only one person on earth, Jesus would still come to on earth to the earth, right? Although I sincerely really pray from the bottom of my heart that wouldn't be the case, because my prayer is really that you will reach out to many people in your generations and be a generation that takes Asia by storm. That is why in Matthew 5 verse 14 until 15, and we really want to go here, Matthew 5 verse 14 until 15, and let's read this together. This is a very familiar verse. Matthew 5 verse 14 to 15.
Yes.
Yes. Let's read it on my count of 3. Matthew 5 verse 14 until 15. 1, 2, 3.
You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house.
Verse 16, I read for you. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Because at the end, God is really the author and finisher of our faith. Our life stories at the end is to bring glory to His name. So we have just unpacked the first part of Hebrews 12 verse 2. God is the author and finisher of our faith. Are you guys still excited? Right. So now we try to be a bit more practical, right? In second part, it says in Hebrews 12 verse 2, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Alright? So God is the author and finisher of my faith. That is very good. But still, it is not easy. Right? So now let's have a perspective so that we can do like what Jesus did, looking unto Jesus. Right? Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So Jesus endured the cross by looking forward to the joy that was set before him. So that joy, right, set before him, it really seems to be so far away, you see. So far. So far. Right? So when I was reading this, right, Jesus, how could it be? Does that mean that I cannot have joy now? Because the joy is so far. You know, like, will I only have joy when I reach home in the heaven later or what? But sometimes I really think this verse can really be read as if looking unto maybe Erika or or Akas or Owen, right, or Oscar, that looking unto your name, who for the joy that was set before him or her, endured the meeting of difficult members, making time, burning midnight oil to prepare for sermons, and still try to make time to meet new friends, and finally do not have time to enjoy his or her own life because endure the cross. Does this verse really talk like that? Where is joy now? Why joy is so far away? But all of us, of course, know that is not the case, obviously, right? Few years ago, when Pastor Ari spoke in a ministry members appreciation dinner, he reminded us that there are two kinds of joy. Actually, there are three, but I forgot the third one. So sorry. That is the two that I remembered. I shared with you. The first one is the joy of harvest. Yes. The joy of harvest is when we see people saved and they are joyful. And the second one is also joy of ministry. So there's a joy in us when we serve the Lord. The joy of the Lord is the strength of our heart. In fact, if we turn to John 16 verse 24 now, John 16 verse 24. Yes. Amen. Maxwell, can you read for us John 16 verse 24? Amen.
Until now you have asked nothing in my name. Ask and you will receive, that your joy may be full.
Amen. So all of us have received joy, but we can always ask for more. We can ask so that our joy may be full. So today, what is the definition of our joy? Is it merely being happy? I mean, I will not go to the difference between joy and happiness, but is it that we are being happy that we can go to travel, eat nice food? Don't get me wrong, okay? Even the Bible says that we should eat, drink, and be merry. I'm all for it, like chocolate is good. So, but perhaps Jesus is really suggesting something that is more eternal, right? For the joy that was set before him. That is when he finally completed his mission on earth. God in heaven will come and say, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Right? So really, at the end of it all, Jesus endured the cross, despising the shame, because he knows at the end of it all, it will be all worth it. Say it together with me, worth it.
Worth it.
All right. So, if all of us can be happy when we can complete our goals, when we can finish our exam, how much more, friends, this joy that is set before us. Because really at the end of it all, we don't do it merely because we want to accomplish something. We do it, and really tonight we heard so many prophecies, we really do it because we love God and because we see His love for the people. So, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and has seated at the right hand of the Father. I know for many of us, especially the student cell group, outreach is coming, right? And all the students say, Amen. For the student cell group, outreach is coming. And in all our doing, let's do it for the Lord. Let us have faith that He who has begun the good work in you will be faithful to complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. Let us continue to walk in this journey of faith. If God is our story's writer, we will only walk from glory to glory. So in fact, right? In fact, right, what we always hope, glory to glory is like this. Ooh, nice. I do not know what's the gradient for this one. So we always think that glory to glory is nice, right? And the later rain will be greater than the former rain. And maybe just like Jesus, right? Let's just do what needs to be done. Let's just do what needs to be done. Of course, right? In other words, just do it. Jesus looked at the joy that was set before him. and he just did what needs to be done. He endured the cross. If enduring the cross needs to be done, I'm all for it, you know. He just did what needs to be done. He despised the shame, and he just did it anyway. And you know, when I went for a scientific conference in Australia, I happened to visit a missionary school in Australia, right? So over there, I met a lady who really just did or do whatever needs to be done, right? So he started to sell martabak, pancake, selling this, doing this campaign, doing freelancing and all that to really raise fund, all for the missions that she's called to do. People despises her, yes, because she quit her full-time job to be missionary. But she despises the shame anyway. She endured the cross for the joy that was set before her. So really tonight, we really just want to really pray again. And if you have been having issues or problems in your walk with God, let us really look into the bigger picture again. Maybe we always expect this, but just now remember, every story comes in chapters and paragraphs and so on. So it's always one introduction to problems, 3 climax of problem 4 going down, and then the end. But then comes again another chapters. So if you could look at this, right, it's really when you start here, okay, life is good, God's giving me promotion, yay, nice. But suddenly my boss fired me. So sad. So sad. Okay. But this company offered me another job, right? Very nice, very good. Okay, yes, thank you, God. And the salary is higher than the previous one.
Amen.
Oh, hallelujah. And give good tithing. Good tithing. But after give all the building funds, why all my money savings are gone? And then the blessings from God doesn't seem to come again, and I got very depressed. And then suddenly my boyfriend or my girlfriend goes to see someone else. I'm not and then very sad. But because God is the author and finisher of our faith, we see the bigger picture again. We start to pick ourselves up again, so on until now I've learned from my mistakes. Maybe it's time to share with other people. Maybe I can be a CGL now, start to serve another people. But being CGL is very difficult. But again, I pray. I had an encounter with God. I go up again. Thank you, Jesus. I see visions of angels and everything. All this, they think I'm so smart. I'm making charts. All these chapters and seasons in your life. So, but at the end of it all, we can see that it's still glory. So, God is really the author and finisher of our faith. It doesn't matter whether you are here, you just need to look at that joy that was set before you. And let's keep on walking with it. Alright, so I have ended my sharing. We just want to spend some time to worship.